USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged episode. I have no idea. But before we get going, I'd like to big a shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Go over, mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $450 off, and they'll take really good care of you. Before I forget too, if you like this podcast, go over and check out some of our other ones like High School Hoops, Coaching Youth Hoops, 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast. If you're looking for that one defense that will work against anybody, the Funnel Down Defense Podcast, the Rule of 3 offense that will work at any level, go over and check those out. Leave a 5-star review. We would like those. But also go over and check out teachhoops.com. For coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources. It's everything. It's what I would have wanted as a 27-year-old basketball coach. It's a roadmap to success on and off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I'm a coach. I understand how it goes. Go over and check it out. Kick the tires around, see if it's for you. And if it's not, we'll part our ways and we'll say thank you and move on. But I guarantee you're going to love all the material. And the material we're always putting in teachhoops.com. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. Let's head off the podcast. All right. Today's topic is 5 ways to keep your players motivated in the off season. And this is not an easy thing for any of us to do. I think we all have problems with this. It doesn't matter. Human nature is to take a deep breath. Human nature is to relax when we're not being pushed. So these are things that I've come up with 30 years of coaching, a lot of success, of trying to keep players motivated, keep the program motivated and those kind of things. So as I kind of look here side to side, those of you that are watching rather than listening, that's what I'm looking at. So number 1 is have a plan. So, I can't tell you the number of businesses, the number of teams, the number of things that have collapsed because people have not had a plan. You got to start with a plan. And I can tell you that when I took over the job that I'm in now, my plan was to get to 500. And then after we got to 500, my plan was to beat our rival. And then our plan was to win conference. Then our plan was to, go to state. Then our plan was to win state. Then our plan was to win multiple state tournaments. And then our plan was to go to national tournaments and win. So we've been able to achieve all those goals, but we had a plan. And we were always working toward that plan. And our plan now is, we lost our streak. Our plan is to win a conference championship. Our plan is to go back and win another state title. Our plan is to become an elite program. We already are, but a super elite program in the state of Wisconsin. So we have plans. How do we do that? Well, there's skill. I would first start with the skills that you need to work on. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? One of our plans this summer in the off season is to motivate our players in shooting. We just got a new shooting machine. So we got several of them now. How we're going to map that, how we're going to do that. What's our win-loss record? What are we looking for? What are our goals for the summer? Are our goals just to get better, as individuals, or is our goals better to become better? I can't speak, to become better as a team. What is our specific goals? And I have the players write them down. I have the coaches write them down, and we talk about them before the season starts. We talk about them, or we talk about them before the summer starts. We talk about it during the summer. If our goal is to become a 3-point shooting team, then we better shoot some threes. If our goal is to get up and down the court, then, we better spend time working on transition basketball. So it's going to depend on your specific team, but you have to have a plan. It doesn't matter, you can't motivate people without some sort of plan. So that's number one. Number two is, and I don't remember where I saw this, but it's the $1 a day analogy. And I've done this a couple of years and it has worked. And the way it works is, okay, so if you look at the summer, for us, let's say the beginning of June to the beginning of August is about when football starts. So in there, let's say you have roughly 70 days. Okay. So you take those 70 days and I don't think kids should play basketball all 70 of those days, and they should take vacations and things like that. So let's take those 70 days. Let's take out the weekends. That leaves us with 50 days. So what I have the players do is, get a stack of 50 $1 bills. Well, they can be 50 quarters. They can be 50 dimes. They can be 50 of whatever. I like the $1. That's why I call it the $1 a day analogy, but $50. Okay. And I have them put a stack of them on their dresser in their bedrooms. Okay. $50. If you live in an affluent one, you can make them $10. If you don't, you can make them pennies. It doesn't matter. There's a little bit with the symbol of the money, but it's more this represents the 50 days that you should be working out. Okay. By itself, a quarter is not that much. By itself, $1 is not that much. So I explained this to them. $1, you can maybe go get a soda, something like that. But $1 by itself is not that much. $50, you can go have a nice meal. You can buy several video games. So by itself, $1 isn't that much. But when you add them all together, it's quite a bit. And then if we take those $50 and multiply it by 20 kids, so that's $1,000. Shoot, $1,000, you can go buy a car, a used car. So by itself, one missed day is not a lot. But if we start accumulating these missed days, then it's going to mean a lot at the end of the summer. Okay. So at the end of each day, where does your dollar go? Does it go into you being able to spend it, or give it to, I don't know, some sort of charity, whatever you guys decide to do, or you just throw it away? Didn't do anything. Okay. I've always said we're going to give that to our rivals booster club. So every dollar you don't use, we're going to start a pile of it and we're going to send it off to the booster club. So again, what I'm doing is, first of all, you got to define what a workout is, or if the workout has to be in your gym, or what it entails. What counts as an investment in your game? Does reading a book about becoming a leader count as an investment? Possibly, yeah. Does going to, again, PGC camp count as a sure? So you have to come up with the criteria, but I think it's really good for them to be able to see that growth. $51 by itself is not that much. Even $50, it's a lot of money, but by that one individual isn't that much. But when we put the whole team together and we start throwing these dollar bills away, whoa, we just threw $700 away. Of the 1,000, we only worked 300 days. So I love the analogy. I love the spatial part of it and showing the players that. And again, if everybody's got other better ideas on that, let me know. Comment down below. Subscribe and like while I'm talking to you about that. But just definitely leave a comment and let me know. Leave a review. If you're listening to this, I would ask that you leave a review. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd ask you to leave a comment and subscribe. But anyway, and then I will know. Maybe someone else has come up with a better idea than this one. All right. Next one is you got to have a rally cry. Is your rally cry to win conference? Is your rally cry to, get an A on the next test? Is your rally cry to get a raise at the next time you get raises at your job? What's your rally cry? Our rally, in our league, the rally cry, I can tell you for a lot of teams is beat us. So what's the motivation that's moving toward you? A great analogy I have is the Badger, UW Wisconsin Badger basketball team runs the hill. They used to run it over in Elver. I think they run it on campus now. And when they run it, as they run up the hill, there's different signs. There's different Big Ten teams. There's Penn State, there's Michigan State. So as they're pushing themselves, that motivation, that rally cry is there for them as they're getting in shape, as they're conditioning. I do this all the time. Hey, Team X is working. Are we working? Team X just got 5,000 shots up. Did we do that? So you have to picture it. You have to be able to let them know that that's it. I think back to a great story I have. I think it was my 2004 season, and it was the guys we had just lost. We had been undefeated the entire season. We lost in the state finals. Wesley Matthews, who's plays for the Mavericks now, broke his thumb in the game right before in the state semifinals. In the finals, he had like 8 turnovers. He had a broken hand, poor guy, and we lost. And there was a picture in the paper of everybody after that game because we hadn't lost all year. And I can't tell you the number of kids that took that picture out of the paper. That's when people got newspapers, put it above their desk and said, this is going to be my motivation for the following year. This is the reason that we need to work better. It's like this season when we lost in the tournament and the team after the second game was cutting the net down and celebrating like they'd won the whole kit and caboodle. I made my guys listen to that. You need to have a motivation. You need to have a rally cry that moves you forward. And whatever it is, you can come up with. And if anybody's got good ones, let me know. All right. So what I'm going to do right now, and this is new, I've never done this, is I got a note from one of my members of Teach Hoops, and I want to read to you. This is just a snippet of the things that happen in our community. And once in a while, I'm going to do this. He says, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you provide for all of us coaches on Teach Hoops and through Facebook and everything that you do. I've implemented so many things from your documents everyone shares, and I'm sure there will be plenty more of that. Like the article you posted, we are a group of borrowers. So we are a community. I can't vouch it enough. It's like I send stuff out, but then people share things all the time. When I first joined, I honestly didn't know how long I would last, seeing as I was just a youth basketball coach and not a high school coach like some of the members. I'm glad I stuck it out, though. As you know, I'm in the process of possibly obtaining a head job for a junior varsity team or assistant coach for a varsity team. And as long as I can get all my ducks in a row, I think it's going to happen. There are some personal obstacles not within my control that may stop this in its tracks, but to see that there are opportunities out there that might be able to get it is worth every penny and every second that I put into it. It adds validity, and finally getting my dream job is within reach. It blows my mind every time I think about it. Again, thank you for everything you do. None of this could be made possible without the time and effort that you put into this for all of us. And this is a coach from Iowa. I'll say Dan's first name, but that's why I do it. Yes, it allows me to take my wife out to dinner, but it's the community. It's the me giving back to this basketball community that I love so much. So I hope you'll go over and check it out. All right, so we were on number 3. Number 4 is pride, and I call them pride points. What are your goals and how are you getting there? Are you running a 10,000 shot club? Are you having lifting goals? Are your goals listed in the gym? Are your goals listed for the boys? So there should be a start point and an end point. There should be pride points somewhere along the line. We all want to keep score. We don't play the game and not keep score. We all want to know if we're improving. I can see it in my son shooting. I can see it in his lifting. I can see it in all that. He wants to see if he's improving. So I call those pride points. If you want to motivate your players, you need some sort of pride points. All right. And then the 5th one is you need some social context of off season that's valuable to the players. You need to build in social things that are not basketball related, and it's better when it's player driven than when it's coach driven. So I'm thinking of doing a couple things. I'm still in the process, and I'll come back and tell you guys all about them. But things what we've done in the past is they've gone and played laser tag. They've gone swimming. They've gone to the Dell. They've gone to the water park. They've done all sorts of things. It is important for building relationships for the player to player. It's important for building relationships from the coach to the player. If you want to motivate, they have to know you love them. They have to know you care, so that when you're on them, they know that you're in your corner. So that those are extremely important. So the 5 again are: have a plan. I would come up with something like the $1 a day analogy, where you're keeping them accountable. If it's not that, then maybe you're texting them every day. Maybe you're reminding them every day. Maybe you're sending an email motivation every day. Something that's where that $1 a day thing I like, and it's every day. But you can branch off. You guys are much smarter than I am as far as doing that. You got to have a rally cry. You got to have some sort of pride points, and then you have to have some social context outside of basketball. If you do those 5 things, I think your players will be motivated, and I think you'll win more basketball games. It's that simple. It's not nuclear physics, people. All right, again, subscribe, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. 14-day free trial. We would sure appreciate that. And have a great week. I hope everybody's revving up for summer.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.